There was a time someone asked me this question. To be honest, I didn't even know if it was a question anymore. Brother, there are times when I want to collapse from exhaustion, but I don't dare because I have nowhere to lean on. Suddenly, I remember more than 50 years ago. I also used to think exactly the same. I remember it clearly. It was an early winter day. I had just dragged my body back to my rented room after a day of interning and working as a delivery person. I was so tired that as soon as I got back, I rolled onto the bed with no strength left at all. Lying with my hand on my forehead, I asked myself, how much did I even study that life is so hard like this? Is my future just following the fuel gauge? My intern salary was $400, but rent was already $100, not to mention electricity and water. Food, gas money also flew by another $200. There was only $100 left for when I got sick, a wedding, or some unexpected expenses. I felt that I had no direction, no friends, literally lonely. Then I just thought, I wish I could just lie here forever. That would be nice, wouldn't it? But if I lie forever, where would I get the money to pay for that place to lie down? So I got up and set aside a day to go to a monastery. I will always remember the monk there with an incredibly gentle smile. He said, be still and listen to yourself. If you are lonely, befriend that loneliness. If you don't have friends to hang out with, cultivate yourself. Train your body and mind to be a foundation for future development. Exercise, read books, meditate. Once you have a solid foundation, go to work and learn from experience. Don't rush to think about giving up. To be honest with you, learning a trade back then was extremely tiring. I tried to participate in every step of the process to know how to do it. Many of my peers saw me doing that and said I was stupid. Your salary is so little, why try so hard? Wouldn't it be more enjoyable to spend time resting and having fun? I didn't care because I knew clearly that if I stopped trying, I would be eliminated immediately. I didn't have a father who was a director or a good foundation like others. After working hours at the company, I would run to deliver goods to earn a little extra money for rent. Back then, there weren't many delivery apps. We would get orders from the store, then run straight to deliver to the customer. For each order under 2 miles, I got 15 cents. I would run until about 10 p.m., come home, shower, eat dinner, and then roll onto the bed to sleep, to wake up at 5 a.m. the next day and go to work again. And I just believed that after the rain, the sun will shine. The worst day has passed, tomorrow will be better. As long as I don't abandon myself, I will receive good things. With a lot of luck, there are many things to lean on. With little luck, there are few things to lean on. Or if there is nothing to lean on. But I must rely on myself. I must not abandon myself. Whether there are many or few things to lean on, much or little luck is not important. What's important is that I know how to make use of what I have to turn nothing into something. Just don't give up. Keep trying. The worst day has passed. Clinging to the past is one of the most powerful ways to torment yourself. Life has 3 tenses: past, present, and future. The past is something that is past, the future has not yet arrived. Only the flow of the present is endless. But so many people live in the past. They keep tormenting themselves with sad memories or regretting beautiful memories. And the more beautiful, the more glorious the memories, the more people cling to them. The result is that it is very difficult to live fully in the present moment. Hello, little studious flowers. Yesterday has passed. You were happy, you were blissful, you were sad. You can't enjoy it again even if you want to. All that remains is in the mind, a mirage for us to trap ourselves in. My literature teacher back then had a very nice saying that I still remember to this day. That day I wasn't focused in class, just staring blankly out the window. The teacher asked why. I told him that I was punished at school yesterday, and I didn't know how to escape that thought. At the end of class, the teacher asked me to stay. The 2 of us shared the sandwich he had brought for lunch. The sandwich was still warm, fragrant, and soft. He asked me, "Is the sandwich delicious?" Of course, it was very delicious. He asked again, "If you eat this sandwich tomorrow, will it still be delicious?" I replied, "Of course not, teacher. Tomorrow it will be dry or soggy, inedible." The teacher said, "That's right. Today is a very fresh and delicious sandwich, and yesterday is a dry sandwich, so why do you have to chew that dry sandwich? If you keep eating the old sandwich, you will have a stomach ache and get tired. The hot sandwich here you don't eat to enjoy, but you're obsessed with the old sandwich. By the time you come to your senses or get tired of thinking, this hot sandwich has also become an old sandwich. Don't you see it's a vicious cycle? I was startled, like I had a sudden realization. That's so true. The past is something that has passed. No matter how sad or regretful you are, it won't come back. So why should I sacrifice the time of the present to gnaw on the past instead of enjoying the beautiful things of today? My teacher was just a literature teacher. He had never studied any classics or doctrines. But with just this, he was already far ahead of the crowd that lives in the past day and night and torments themselves. The more you live in the present, the more achievements you will have. Because if you don't chew the old bread, you will save a significant amount of energy and put all your effort into chewing the hot bread of the present. You will focus that energy on doing the tasks right in front of you, right now, completely, and a good result is a given. In my previous video, I said that a new result must come from a new action, not from an old action, old mindset, or old energy. They cannot create a breakthrough. So every time I'm lost in random thoughts, I remind myself, remember to eat the hot bread, which means go back to the present. You can practice it, it will take time, but then you will see it's effective. You need time to form the reflex to choose the hot bread instead of swallowing the old bread. What's important is right now. Who am I working with? What task needs to be prioritized for completion? What needs to be done immediately? That's what I need to focus on. In short, be happy with the things of the present, save and focus your energy on the present. Then your mind will be at ease and you will achieve the highest performance in whatever you do. Work with all your might, play with all your heart is like that. Actually, sometimes it's okay to eat a piece of old bread. Eat it to get motivation, to feel how delicious the hot bread is now. But don't just eat the old bread forever. You'll get a stomach ache, diarrhea, and even appendicitis. In my opinion, all relationships in this life are a fair exchange. Just like parents often say, your parents are sacrificing so many things for you, or I sacrificed everything because I love you, or I dedicated all my strength to the company. Does that sound familiar? Everyone thinks they are sacrificing and dedicating themselves for others. This view of mine may go against the majority, but I have to say that I am making this statement from the perspective of someone who has had a girlfriend, a wife, and children. When sitting with the Parents Association, everyone often says, "Oh, we're sacrificing for our children, and they must be filial and repay the nurturing." I have no opinion on that view because it's been a common thing for thousands of years. But if you have children, and think carefully, do you realize that since having children, we have received more than we have given? Think back. When a child is sick and crying, you stay up all night holding them. When a child starts to eat solid foods, you worry about their porridge and things. You are happy when they eat everything and worried if they don't eat. Then when a child learns to walk and falls, scrapes their legs and arms, you also feel the pain for them. With each stage that passes, I see a change within myself. Especially when facing other situations at work or in society, I realize I am calmer, more observant, gentler, and less quick-tempered. I realize that the process of raising a child has trained me to have empathy, patience, compassion, unconditional love, and to live more responsibly. Taking care of children is truly hard, but in return I have improved a lot. Because I believe that teaching a child is also teaching myself. To teach a child something, I must do that thing first. To keep a child from doing wrong, I must not do wrong first. To make a child polite, I must be polite first. To make a child like to explore and learn, I must also explore and learn first. So if you say I'm sacrificing for my child and my child must be filial, it may not be entirely correct, because I feel that I have received more than what I have given my child. And when I give my child something, at that very moment, I have already received something similar in return. Filial piety is a voluntary act, not something that can be forced. Broadly speaking, about lovers or spouses, it is basically just a fair exchange. No one owes anyone anything. If you do everything for your lover without expecting anything in return, you have learned generosity in your soul. You spend your youth on your lover, and then they marry someone else. You go crazy and say, I sacrificed my whole youth for that person. But think again, you also received so many experiences, lessons, and lessons during the happy time with that person. Even when doing charity, its essence is also an exchange. People give money and material things, and they receive compassion, generosity, and an unselfish heart. I have an employee who knew almost nothing when he first started, but the good thing about him is that he is diligent in learning, so after about half a year, he was already proficient. I saw that he was quick, so I often gave him more work. You'll think I'm exploiting others, right? But he didn't think so. He still worked diligently without a single word of complaint. It's been exactly 3 years since he's been working. His colleagues look at him and say he's dedicated too much. But thanks to that, his skills improved very quickly. Now I'm confident in making him a manager because his skills are on par with or even exceed those who have been in the profession for 5 or 6 years. The more you work, the more skilled you become, the more you upgrade your own value. If you give good things, you will also receive good things in return. And if your awareness is even higher, when you work without thinking you are sacrificing, you will work comfortably, confidently, and accumulate a lot. But if you keep putting the words sacrifice in your mind, your heart will always be heavy. After a long time, it will lead to frustration and resentment because you have sacrificed and dedicated yourself like that, but no one acknowledges or repays you for anything, right? Many of you messaged me to thank me for sharing enlightening things in life, but actually I am the one who has to thank all of you because when I say these things, I also remind myself once again not to be confused anymore.